Hello! Welcome to Bass Technique Lesson 2. In today's lesson, we'll look at the left hand or fretting hand technique. The first hand position I want to look at is what is called the finger per fret hand position. So what we'll do is we'll start on the 8th fret of the E string, which is a C note. We'll place our index finger on the C note or the 8th fret, and then we'll place our second finger on C sharp or D flat, third finger on D, and the fourth finger on E flat or D sharp. So as you can see, this is a 4-fret range where each finger gets its own fret. So the exercise I like to do to develop the left hand or fretting hand technique is what is called finger permutations. So what we do is we assign each finger a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go through all the possible combinations of fingerings. So I'll start with the first permutation, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will ascend and descend all the strings. So you can see that's all just 1, 2, 3, 4, ascending and descending. The next sequence in the permutations is 1, 2, 4, 3. That will look like this. The next sequence is 1, 3, 2, 4. The next permutation is 1, 3, 4, 2. And the last permutation I'll do right now is 1, 4, 2, 3. Great! So you can find all of the permutations in a PDF that will be linked in the description of this video. So go to the description of this video to find that URL. So the next hand position I want to look at is what is called the closed hand position. In this hand position, the hand compresses and rests over a 3-fret range, which is very comfortable for playing, for example, the shape of an octave. The closed hand position is very good for muting, keeping the strings muted, getting a nice tone, very controlled sound, and it's more comfortable when we're on the lower end of the instrument because the frets get wider. So a quick demonstration of what the closed hand position looks like. So you can see a lot of index and pinky movement with the fingers all down on the neck, sometimes using the middle finger. So that's kind of a demonstration of what the closed hand position looks like. Here's an exercise to develop both the closed hand position, and it's also an excellent string skipping exercise for our right hand. I'll be performing octaves on the notes D, C, G, and A. So the first iteration of the exercise goes like this. So you can see the fingers are flat against the neck, and that helps with the muting and the tone. The middle finger and ring finger are actually helping to mute the bottom strings when we play the upper octave. So we play the upper octave with our pinky, and the other fingers are resting on the other strings to help keep them muted. So the second iteration of the exercise goes like this. So that's 2 notes on the lower octave, 1 note on top. The third and last iteration of this exercise will double the notes both on the bottom octave and the upper octave. So that will sound like this. As I mentioned, this exercise is really great for developing our right hand string skipping because we're playing these octave jumps. So I'm actually just going to focus on the right hand for one moment so you can see how the right hand is performing this exercise. So with the right hand in focus now, let's perform the exercise one more time. So as you can see, I'm anchoring my thumb and I'm alternating every note as I perform this exercise. Great. So there's one more hand position I want to discuss, and it is what I call the claw. I use this technique for if I'm playing at the very lowest end of the very first few frets, and if I have to play something really aggressive, hard, have to sustain the notes, and maybe it's something very repetitive that I have to maintain for a long period of time. This requires a lot of strength in the left hand because using the other techniques, the finger per fret, it's just, for me, it's too, my hand is too small to comfortably maintain that hand position for any long duration of time. So, and even the closed hand position, which is a little bit easier to maintain, that too can even get fatiguing after a while. So if I'm really in a pinch and I really need to get as much support to the left hand as possible, what I do is basically the first 3 fingers will press down together, especially the middle and ring finger. So you can see I'm doing a combination of index, middle, and ring. So this hand position, it's not ergonomic. So for speed, it's not good at all. But for being able to really sustain notes and have a lot of power, this technique does provide for that. So it's something you can experiment with when you're in that kind of musical situation. So with that, we'll conclude the bass technique lesson 2, fretting hand or left hand position. All the exercises for this lesson can be found in the description of this video, where there will be a Dropbox link that will connect you to the PDFs for the exercises. So be sure to check out the description for this video. I hope you found this video to be informative, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Happy practicing!